What's up, guys? It's me, YK, and we are back again with another video. And you are probably woken up today with two different emotions, depending on what happened to you. Today is the day that the closed network test beta keys went out, and you found out today whether or not you got in for this weekend for PS5 or you didn't. If you sign up for PC and Xbox, you'll find out next week. But yeah, I'm sure there are some of you right now that are happy, ecstatic, this weekend you can play some Tekken 8, and some of you who are a bit upset. Me, I'm a little bit mixed because I did get a code. However, I will be in India this weekend commentating the Masters event. Therefore, I don't know how much I'll be able to play. And the main thing I'm worried about, I think I'll have a chance to play. The main thing I'm worried about is making content for you guys. I don't know if I'll be able to stream. I do not know if I'll be able to make videos. And that's really upsetting for me because I feel like a lot of people look to me as like the Huaring guy. There's a lot of like Huaring, like specific stuff I could try and provide for you guys in that. But with me being away, I don't know what I'll be able to do. At the very least, if I'm able to play, I'll try and update people on Twitter and stuff. So make sure you're following the Twitter so I can at least provide some kind of updates for you guys. And with that as well, there was a new Tekken Talk episode featuring Sumichu, Markman, Harada, and Michael Murray, and they'll go over some new Tekken 8 stuff. I watched the full thing. I recommend you guys watch it yourself because there's a lot of stuff that I might have missed, you guys pick up on. But it also came with some new Tekken 8 footage as well. Now, my lovely content creator buddy over here, I am OP, has just condensed all of the new Tekken 8 content stuff into a video, and we can take a look at that and just see the new stuff that came from the thing. And thankfully there's some foreign gameplay, which I think is really I like to see. The first off is actually enough for Huaring. His Hunting Hawk, this is normally a normal hit launcher. Now it seems that it just leads into a right flamingo mix. I guess it's what's interesting. It depends on how you look at it. I immediately see it as enough, but there are some interesting ways you can look at this. I'm gonna actually move myself down here because I don't like being up here anymore. I only did this for like the Gamers 8 stuff. Is first and foremost, like when you did Hunting Hawk, you didn't do that the combo didn't really do that much damage. It's just at a low crush, whatever. Like the combo wasn't that damaging. And Huaring's right flamingo is actually very important in this game. It's one of his most important stances in general, but I think in Tekken 8, as you'll find out later on in the video, it's actually very important. So I guess it leading into right flamingo could be an interesting. It could be a buff depending on how this works out. Also, he didn't do the last hit as well. Huaring has 3 hits of his Hunting Hawk, didn't do the last hit. So maybe if he does the last hit, then it like has like a launch, so it could break the floor, etc. So I'm interested to see how that works out. And hopefully this weekend I'll be able to find out for myself. Regular stuff here. This is a new string for Jib, which is pretty cool. So he does like while standing one into like that's like the Kazuya string, but he's also kind of had that string and other Tekken as well into like the wing stuff as well. Like I don't know, man, it just looks cool. Into a new move there. Then Huaring does his Peacekeeper, which is a heat engager in this game. That is the heat smash, and I think Huaring's heat smash is safe from the looks of things. Some heat smashes are unsafe. I think Kazuya's one is launch and unsafe. I can't remember if Pool's one is, but it just depends on the character. I know Law's one is safe because when I was playing Gosei in the Tekken 8 Alpha, what I kept doing was the heat smash into the punch parry, and I got him every single time. It looks like it's safe, and he has a new move which he did out there from Right Flamingo. This looks like a new Right Flamingo jab type thing. I don't know. Then some Jin stuff is happening. Here, this is when in the thing they were talking about the recoverable gauge, so you can see the little white part there, which you can get back. Also, so Huaring's back 3 being an instant tail flip. First off, one thing I've come to the realization of is Huaring's combos that we have seen so far are actually kind of ugly in Tekken 8. I'm not a big fan right now. Back 3 as a tail flip makes no sense. But a lot of things just isn't great. However, back 3 as a tail flip move is actually kind of a buff because there are loads of times in this game or in Tekken 7 that I'll hit back 3 like on a whiff punish, but they'll be in a floated state, so I don't really get anything for it. But in Tekken 8, it's going to give you a little combo anyway, so I don't mind that as a buff, but from an aesthetic standpoint, not a fan. Yeah, down for RFS back 3, and then that's all the Huaring for the stuff. So also they talk about how the heat energy stuff is gone. So this is what things were like before. You had this is something that confused people. So when they said heat energy removed, some people thought heat was gone entirely, or like the blue energy around them was gone. This is what heat energy was. These 2 symbols here, the 8 symbols, they are now gone. And what happens now instead is that it's just everything is governed by the bar. Everything is governed by the heat bar there. I didn't mind heat energy. I kind of liked it for one reason, which I don't like what they've done here is So you had 2 heat energy. If you use a heat dash, that costs 1 heat energy. And if you did heat smash, it costs all your heat energy, right? And there's other things you do in heat as well, but those are the only things that were governed by your heat energy. And when they got rid of heat energy, I just thought, oh, okay, so if you do a heat dash, it will take a certain part of the bar. No, if you do a heat dash or a heat smash, the entire all your heat bar, all your heat meter is gone off of that. And I thought what it'd be is like if you use a heat smash, like, oh, just takes off this amount, but no, heat smash, heat dash, everything's gone after you use it. I don't know how much I'm a fan of that right now, because in the alpha test I didn't get to really explore combos and do heat dash into heat dash combos, etc, etc. So maybe that was too much. You know, if you're doing this heat dash combo, the wall carry is insane or whatever. It's hard to know because no one was probably doing great combos in the alpha. I'm sure by this beta test we're gonna have some crazy combos popping out. I'll try my best to do something. I don't know what I'll be able to do this weekend, but next weekend I will be as tapped in as I possibly can to provide as much content as I can. Yeah, heat dash, heat smash, use it once, entire heat energy is gone. Someone actually pointed that out to me in my comment section when I was talking about that before. Also, Lily's forward 4 being intel flip move, quite interesting. Combo variety, etc, etc. I've said all that stuff. It looks like a back turn. I don't know what input that was. It's also a power crush now. Also, there's something that really, and yeah, I think that was a heat smash there. And there's the heat burst. So it's explained later in the video. I can give you guys the exact numbers, but I can tell you guys now. When you use a heat burst instead of a heat engage to get into heat, before what happened is you would get 1 heat energy if you use a heat burst. Now you just get less heat gauge, and your heat lasts for 10 seconds. If you use a heat engager, it lasts for 15 seconds. But even still, like, you have the same amount of time, you have the same amount of action you can do in heat. Also, you see here, so one thing they mentioned as well is that rage arts are now more unsafe than -13, because originally that was one of the things they said about Tekken 8, rage arts -13. When I first heard it, I was a bit like, whoa, that's insane. But the more I thought about it, it's like, it's not really that deep, because -13, when you're in rage anyway, that's probably a punish that's gonna either kill for some characters or lead into a killing situation for other characters. So like, I didn't really find it that crazy. But now they're saying more unsafe, so probably 14, could even be 15. If it's 15, I think that's a bit funny, because some characters don't have I-15 launchers. They could all have I-15 launchers in Tekken 8. But right now, not all characters have I-15 launchers, so that could just be like, oh, this character doesn't have an I-15 launcher, I'm just going to spam my rage out, etc, etc. However, a 14 frame punish, like characters without I-15 launchers have decent 14 frame, 13 frame punishes, so I don't really think it's that big of an issue that rage arts were only -13 or maybe 14, 15, depending on how they go. Also here, I think, yeah, Lily's while standing 4 here. So I've already seen this, by the way, in case you guys haven't noticed. Lily's while standing 4, like, I think that was just an interaction with the wall there, but like that was kind of weird, whatever happened there. Also, you see like Lily's that's the step that she does is called Feisty Rabbit. That's actually powered up when she's in heat. She gets extra stuff when she does it. She has a lot of heat stuff tied to it as well. You see it powered up there. And they're also going over the stages that we are going to be able to play in Tekken 8. I'm very excited to play on this stage. I think it's called Yakushima stage. The music on this stage is, I love it so much. I can't wait till like Tekken 8 soundtrack stuff starts coming out. I think they also have the arena. Yeah, the arena stage. I'm excited to play the arena stage just because of the music on this one as well. I want to play on every stage. You know, I haven't played on this, so I haven't played on. What stage haven't I played on yet? I played on this stage in the closed alpha test, but only during the night version. This stage looks so good. Played on Yakushima stage in the alpha. I don't think I played on the hangar stage. This one has the balcony break over there. Played on this stage. This one has the wall break and the floor break as well. Played in the arena. So yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, they're just going over all the things as well. Also, so now heat smash is done by doing R1 instead of like a special input. Now here's the thing I don't like about what they're doing is I use binds from my pad. My R1 is 1+2, my L1 is 3+4, my R2 is 2+4, and my L2 is 1+3. A lot of the inputs they're doing they've assigned to like the R1, etc, etc. So I think they still have their special inputs anyway. Like, you don't have to do them from this. They still have the special input. For example, the heat bash, the heat smash is like forward 1+4. You can still do that input for it, rather than just the R1. But yeah, it's going to be really annoying for my binds in Tekken 8. Maybe I need to stop playing with binds and then use the Tekken the way they want you to play Tekken. I don't know, but that'll definitely take some getting used to. So yeah, heat engages last for longer. Heat engages last for longer than heat burst, etc., etc. And yeah, that was pretty much all the just new gameplay stuff that came out from this. Excited to play it. Obviously, I don't know how much I'll be able to make content this weekend. I would do my best to try and do something. I always have my laptop with me, so if I'm able to record content, I can at least upload videos if I can't stream, because there's a chance I could just be playing on hotel Wi-Fi, and that is not a good time for anyone. But maybe if the netcode's that good, I can play on hotel Wi-Fi and it's not bad. But that wasn't the only thing to come out of this day. So also there's a lot of stuff that came from, so because when you played Tekken in the alpha test, they had like these cards with the most important moves for the character. Had their heat engages, their heat smash, their power, one of their power crushes, and what the heat system does for them. And that was your way to basically know what your character is going to be doing when you play the game, so you're not just going and mashing buttons and finding out as you go along. Now, because there are new characters that have been added since the last closed alpha test, they have the cards available for the newer characters. You see there is Asuka, Leroy, Warren, Lily, Brian, and Claudio, characters all that were not playable in the original alpha test. They are now going to be playable in this beta test. I'll leave the link to this somewhere in the description so you guys can check out for yourselves. I just want to focus on the characters that I really know, which is Leroy and Warren, the characters that I've played the most. I can also go into some Claudio stuff, but those are the characters that I played the most that have been added. So first off, you have Leroy, and one thing about Leroy's, which is interesting, so it also mentions what the heat system does for him, right? Increased chip damage when guarded for fast multi-attacks such as chain punch. So Leroy's 1/1/1+2, 1+2, 1+2, forward 3, 1+2, moves of that nature where he does all the fast punches. He gets increased chip damage when he's in heat. Then another thing for Leroy, and he's the second character we've seen that is able to do this. His second heat system ability is he is able to restore his remaining heat with a successful parry or attack reversal unique to Leroy. So any of Leroy's parries or sabakis, which are unique to Leroy, not the universal low parry. So if he does his back two, the sabaki, maybe even his hermit low parry as well, we don't know, he will get his heat back. And Leroy is the second character we've seen that's able to get heat back. The other character is King, and this is why I think Leroy is going to be a problem in this game as well. With King, he has throws that he has certain throws that he does. If he does them, he gets back some of his heat gauge. Now Leroy, if he does parries, it's just with King and Leroy, this is just regular parts of their gameplay. This is stuff they're going to be doing anyway. If they get into heat, they can prolong it just by playing the game the way they normally do, which is something that I think is kind of insane. I'm definitely excited to play Leroy in this beta. He looks so cool. He might be broken again. Maybe everyone's broken in this game. From what I've seen, there's no character that just looks weak so far in Tekken 8. But also, I think one thing they've done in this game is they've made characters is that grapplers are going to be bad matchups for Leroy, because I've mentioned this before, but if you do a parry and you get thrown in the parry, the throw is completely unbreakable, right? It's a counter hit throw. You'll know it by the animation and the sound that you hear. So I think two characters like Leroy and King playing their regular game, King's trying to throw you, Leroy's trying to parry you, just by playing their regular game, King has an advantage over Leroy now, especially in heat, because when Leroy's in heat, he's going to want to do parries, sabakis, etc., etc. But like, no, if he does that, he's going to get thrown. He's going to take huge damage, especially if King's in heat as well. And I think that's kind of something that's going to be interesting to look into the dynamics of when it comes to Tekken 8. Leroy's bad match are going to be characters with good throws, because they're going to be doing them anyway. Leroy's going to be trying parry to elongate his heat stage, and he's going to be in serious trouble for that. His heat engage we've seen before, 1+2, 1+2, that's I-14, that's his chain punch into the shoulder. Forward 4-4, that was his tailspin. 2 hit, I think it was kind of hit confirmable. That's another heat engage. That move might be different. I think we saw it in the trailer. Down 1+2 is a heat engager. Down back 1+2, which must be a new move. Oh, sorry, no, that's his sabaki. Down back 1+2 has parry effect, restores heat when successful, chip damage when guarded, so that's his sabaki. And also hermit, back 1+2 1, that is a new move completely. But it says chain punch root, and this is chain punch stem, so this is probably another move that's going to do chip damage. Yeah, increased chip damage when guarded. That's a new move entirely as far as I'm aware. Then his heat smash is 2+3, and Rage Up, and his Power Crush. So forward for 1+3 is now Power Crush as well, which is kind of insane. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Leroy. Obviously there's going to be more stuff that isn't in here, because that was one thing about the alpha test, is like you were learning things as you were playing. You're just picking stuff up like, what the hell is this, what the hell is this? So Leroy, I think, is going to be very good in this game. Excited to play him. I'll be trying him out this weekend. If I'm not playing in Indian hotel Wi-Fi, I'll try my best to have some good conditions this weekend, but I cannot promise anything. And as for Hwaring, so there's one thing that Hwaring didn't get that I was like, oh, so he doesn't have the same as the Mishimas. So with the Mishimas, they when they're in heat, they don't have to do a just frame input for their electrics, but Hwaring does not have the same. He does not have just frame Skyrocket without the just frame input. I guess it's called just frame Skyrocket. It has to have the just frame input. He does not have that. But what he does have is can use kickstream powered up right flamingo. So I mentioned earlier, Hwaring's right flamingo is very important, which is why the hunting orc into right flamingo, the hunting orc to right flamingo cancel might be something that's important, especially when he's in heat. You see, during right flamingo, so that's the sweep, down 4-3, and then an extra input there, down 4-3-4. So that's an extra input. We saw that in the trailer when he did his heat engager into it. He went into right flamingo, then he did the sweep. During right flamingo, forward 4-4. So that's normally his flappy kicks, right? Forward 4-4. But something's different about it when he's in heat. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe chip damage. I have no idea what that is. And so the first thing when we come to Hwaring heat engages is down forward 3+4, ignition barrage, chip damage when guarded. So this is weird because down forward 3+4 is the input of Hwaring's soccer kick. You know, the throw animation that he does in the air. So this is just a complete new move. Ignition barrage. Have no idea what it is. Probably saw it in the trailer. Don't know what it is. Excited to see what it is. I love new moves, and I'll be interested to see what that is. Peacekeeper heat engager. We always knew this one was going to be a heat engager from the very beginning. Forward 4. Right stance. Down forward 3. So this is his right foot forward. The mid kick that knocks him down. It's the homing mid kick from right foot forward. I don't know if that's it. I don't know if the move is called Black Kite. It might be something new. It says chip damage when guarded to right stance, which is weird because yeah, it's not the same move, because the right foot forward down forward 3 transitioned to the regular stance. So that's a new move there. Maybe they've got rid of that home move for Hwaring. I hope not. I like that move a lot. Flamingo rocket. That's left flamingo forward 3. So that is when he's in left flamingo, that's the thrust kick that he does. That is a heat engager, which is kind of insane. I think that's insane as a heat engager. I'm here for it, I guess. And left heel lance, right flamingo, back 3. That is the -10 launcher that is in this game, a heat engager. The right flamingo -10 launcher. His heat smash input. I guess all heat smash inputs are 2+3. So people might be binding 2+3 in this game. Rage up, during rage, and left flamingo, right flamingo. So yeah, he can do it in every stance. And power crush down forward 3-4. Oh, so this is interesting. So before, Hwaring had to use forward to cancel into left flamingo. Now he can cancel with up or down to cancel after his down forward 3s. For his down forward 3 sequence, he cancel using up or down, which is interesting. Absorb attacks on power crush. Situation becomes safer when guarded. Add chip damage when guarded. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Hwaring when it comes to the new stuff in this game. I'm very excited to try him out. Even if I can't make content, I'll be playing this game somehow this weekend. I will be in India in a hotel room, and I'll do something to just make it happen to be playing this game as much as I'm physically able to, because next weekend, I'm just going to be locked inside this room. I'm just going to be playing Tekken 8. I'm going to be streaming as much as I can, making content as much as I can. I don't know how I'll be uploading videos when I'll probably be streaming 24/7, but I'll figure something out, I promise. But yeah, there's also other characters as well. Yeah, there's Asuka, Lily, Brian, and Claudia as well. You guys, I'll leave the link to this in the description so you guys can check this out for yourselves. But that's going to be all from me on this one. This video of me talking very good about Tekken 8. Now, I was supposed to do another video, but I decided I'll just do this video instead because this stuff is out now, and I'm so behind on content because it's been impossible to sit down and do stuff. I've been traveling so much. Again, also gone this weekend. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.